Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to break down one of the smartest and honestly most manipulative marketing tricks ever invented by the online retail industry. It's a trap almost all of us fall into. It quietly changes how we spend our hard-earned money without us even realizing it's happening. I'm talking, of course, about the irresistible allure of free shipping. By the end of this explainer, you are going to view your online shopping cart in an entirely different light. Let's get right into it. Section 1, the physical store analogy. Okay, let's dive into this because we really need to look at a real-world example just to understand how completely bizarre our online shopping behavior has become. Just imagine walking into a physical store. You find exactly what you need. Maybe it's a specific tool or a piece of clothing you've been looking for. You walk right up to the cashier, you pull out your wallet, and you're getting ready to pay. But right then, the cashier looks at you and says, hey, if you go back into the aisles and spend another $35, you won't have to pay a $7 checkout fee. So would you accept this deal? Think about it for a second. Face to face with another human being? No way. Of course you wouldn't. It sounds utterly ridiculous, right? You're essentially being asked to spend an extra $35 just to avoid paying a measly $7 fee. In real life, you'd probably laugh at the cashier, pay your $7, and walk right out the door. This perfectly illustrates the sheer absurdity of the math. I mean, that $35 extra, that represents a massive, glaring gap in consumer logic. Yet, when we shift from a physical store over to an online checkout page, our logic just totally vanishes. Millions of consumers, smart, highly rational people, fall for this exact absurd math every single day online. Why? Well, because the context of the environment changes entirely. Section 2. The gamification trap. Now, let's explore how this trick is actually hijacking your behavior. What's happening here isn't some shift in basic economics. It's actually a carefully designed psychological trick. This free shipping threshold doesn't change the fundamental price or the value of the product you originally wanted. Instead, it literally rewires your behavioral psychology right at the finish line. You've definitely seen this exact text or something nearly identical to it hundreds of times across different websites, only $18 away from free shipping. And often there's this bright colored progress bar that pops up, slowly filling up as you add items. Suddenly, the website has gamified the checkout experience. The transaction morphs into this game to be conquered, completely derailing your original, sober shopping intentions. When that progress bar pops up, notice the profound shift in your internal monologue. Your brain suddenly stops asking the single most important consumer question in the world, which is simply, do I need this? Instead, your brain pivots immediately and starts asking, wait, how can I reach the target? You're no longer a shopper anymore, you are a player trying to win a game. And the grand prize? Avoiding a tiny shipping fee. This is exactly the mindset that retail companies want you in. In fact, industry data shows that average cart values jump significantly the absolute second these free shipping thresholds are introduced. Because you're now aggressively trying to win this free shipping game, you start desperately searching the site for random junk just to bridge that financial gap. Cheap cables, phone cases, overpriced snacks, batteries. We frantically toss all these things into our digital carts. And these are things you never planned to buy when you first sat down at your computer. You aren't buying them because you want them or even need them. You're buying them simply to chase that fleeting dopamine-fueled high of getting something for free. Section 3, the illusion of free. Let's slow down for a second here, because we need a quick reality check. Someone always pays. Shipping is never actually free. The cardboard boxes, the packing tape, the massive delivery trucks, the drivers carrying it all the way to your front porch, none of that is free. Someone somewhere along the supply chain has to foot the bill for that shipping cost. And spoiler alert, that someone is usually you. It generally happens in one of two specific ways. The first way is through higher embedded product prices. The retailer simply bakes the cost of shipping directly into the sticker price of the item itself. The second way, well, that's by manipulating you into buying significantly more than you intended. Either way, the money is leaving your wallet to cover their logistics. Section 4, rules for intentional spending. So, the crucial point is, we need to pivot from the problem to some concrete rules that will help break this spell and actually save you hundreds of dollars. Look, if you don't already need enough items to naturally qualify for free shipping, the math is incredibly sobering. Spending an extra $32 on junk you don't need just to avoid a $6 shipping fee is absolutely not saving money. It's literally the definition of spending more money. True, real savings is simply paying the $6 fee, getting exactly what you need, and keeping the other $26 safely tucked away in your bank account. No games, no filler items, just zero fake savings. To put this into practice, you need a quick, highly effective cart audit routine that you do right before you hit that final checkout button. Step 1, mercilessly remove every single item in that cart that was not on your original shopping list before you visited the website. Just get them out of there. Step 2, pause. Take a look at what's left and ask yourself a very specific, crucial question to clear your head. Ask yourself, if free shipping didn't exist, would this still be in my cart? Let that question sit with you for a moment. It's an incredibly powerful mental filter. When you strip away the gamified progress bars, the flashing green text, and all those artificial targets, you're forced to evaluate the item purely on its own actual merit. And, as our research points out, most of the time, your honest answer to this question is going to be a resounding no. And that brings us to the core argument of our explainer today. Intentional spending is always greater than free shipping. The absolute smartest shoppers out there, they don't blindly chase targets. They recognize the psychological game being played, they completely ignore the flashing progress bars, and they relentlessly chase intentional spending instead. Because at the end of the day, an unnecessary purchase is still unnecessary, even if the shipping happens to be free. The ultimate hack is just realizing you don't have to play their game. If this explainer changed the way you think about your online shopping habits, make sure you hit subscribe. Every single week, we break down one hidden money trap and give you the practical, structured strategy to avoid it. And you really won't want to miss our next explainer. We're going to be answering this exact super provocative question. What tiny daily habit quietly steals tens of thousands of dollars over a lifetime? We're exposing a hidden trap that might save you even more than skipping those free shipping games. See you next time.